So do you think this will affect the milk prices in general or in the long run?
I think it will. I think in the long run, and now in other parts of the country right now, we have more milk than normal. We're down quite a bit in California, so the prices stayed level. But now east of us, we know what the weather's going to start doing with the snow and the rain and the cold, and those cows probably will start to, as normal, their milk flow will go down as well. So we're going to see a shortage of milk here, I think, over the next year, and how that changes our world, we don't know, but milk prices have to at least be stable or get higher.
And does it affect the milk? Is the flu getting to the milk? Can you explain to us?
Well, actually, that flu is found in the milk, but pasteurization kills it. And all milk sold through the stores is pasteurized. So in the milk, if it's pasteurized, it kills any of those germs that are carried through the milk, avian flu being one of them. So that's not a problem. You know, drinking the milk, all the milk sold in the United States is pasteurized, unless you go to an all-natural store, the raw milk is there, but they're not allowing that. That milk's being tested to the end to make sure that that milk doesn't get to the counter. You know, one of the things I think most people don't realize is what meat and milk have to go through to get to the store. The amount of inspections that happen to make sure that the quality of dairy products and meat products are safe for human consumption.
Can you explain to us the process? Do they get tested?
It gets tested right along. We'll stay with the milk since we're on avian flu, but there's no telling how many inspections it goes through at the creamery, and then at packaging, and then at delivery. And you know, every now and then they'll find something that got through, and what do? They recall an entire lot of dairy product based on maybe one little small incident. But the government does a lot to make sure that the food you go to the store and buy is safe for you.
And what about the meat? Is the meat impacted?
The meat is not impacted at all. So again, it's still been inspected. If that animal with avian flu is to not pass through the meat inspection at the harvesting facility, that would probably be from the fact she still had a temperature. So if a cow has a temperature, that meat's not allowed for human consumption. It would be what we call tanked, but it doesn't pass. It's not allowed to go to the human consumption side.
And what about your workers in this industry? Are they getting the flu?
I have heard 4 or 5 stories of dairy workers getting it, which is most likely because they're dealing with the milk. But personal contact, I haven't had anybody that's talked about an employee having it.
So you have an auction house,
yes.
And tell us what procedures have been implemented, because your business went down because there's some testing.
Well, they're testing these cows daily. I mean, cows are getting tested daily. I actually, what I'm starting to get is my people back that are off quarantine. This started in the last few weeks, where you have to have 3 complete herd negative tests in a row to come off quarantine. Complete herd. So yeah, it's not like, oh, this side of the place is okay and we still got one pen over here that's showing some. Until the entire herd is clean, you don't come off quarantine. So we're starting to see some of that, and that's a positive sign. I thought it even might take a little longer than it has, so that's another positive sign. But you know, it's still yet to be seen if it reoccurs. That's what I'm waiting to see. So is this here like COVID, right? We got through the first wave of COVID. It was a horrendous event for humans, but the second wave was a little better, and now somebody says, oh, I had COVID, and it was like, hey, we had the flu. I don't know what's going to happen with this avian flu and cows over the next year. I don't think it goes away completely. Maybe there's a vaccine that they give these cows that stops it from ever happening again. You know, out of desperation comes inspiration. So we're going to figure it out as we go. That's what we do.